Hi, it's DTM, and it is day number 4 of the water fasting, and I really don't know what I'm going to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to fill you in, and I promised myself, not so much you, but I promised myself that for you, I would document this, just show the world. I mean, I have a pretty large viewership, and I thought maybe I could spread the good word about fasting. As you know, I've done just a few short fasts, maybe fasted a total of 150 days or maybe a little more than that, with the individual 36-hour fasts and the 3-day fast and the 4-day fast and a couple 7-day fasts and a 14-day fast, and now I'm doing a 21-day water fast, and this is day 4. So I just wanted to document this and get this out into the world, show everyone that it's safe, efficient way of healing yourself. I think it's very helpful and has proven conclusive in my own subjective experience that prepping yourself with a diet of raw living foods for as an extended amount of time that you need in order to feel comfortable with the water fasting process is extremely beneficial. I see many people here going through all types of aches, pains, issues, shakes, and it's not because the fasting is dangerous. It's just that people are sick, and the cooked, processed, dead, denatured, mucus-forming food is very hard on a living organism with living cells and living fluids. And then you feed it dead stuff for many years, and it begins to break down on you, and usually fasting is generally people's last resort. What's interesting about this case, or my case, Dan, or me, however you want to look at it, is that I came in here healthier than I had ever been in my whole life. When I came in, my physical fitness was healthier than ever before, my mental state was healthier and stronger than ever before. My heart has always been extremely powerful. The doctor always mentions it, and so do all the interns here. They're amazed at the steadiness of my heart. So I would also, encourage people before water fasting to strengthen their heart. I walk a lot, I ride my bike a lot, I lift weights, I do yoga, I do hot yoga, I do breathing exercises. So but I never overwork my heart. Okay, cool. Sorry about that little intermission. That was batteries went dead. So I guess I was talking about the heart, strengthening the heart before you come in and do water fasting. And that's true for anybody. We should all be strengthening our heart. I think walking is the best. We're bipeds. I think walking is the best, smoothest, easiest, free. Just free, basically, and very gentle, and helps to, balance out your emotional state, clear your mind, get some breath without taxing the body, because a lot of times the more vigorous exercise just increases the acid load. And so if you're young, that's fine, but if you're dealing with an illness or something like that, you're going to want to keep the acid load down, keep the exercise really minimum, and keep the rest very high so that the body can use the vital force in eliminating acid wastes. Now, the water fasting, of course, is the ultimate way to do this, but it's helpful to energize, strengthen the body, and to get out the meat residues can cause a lot of challenges during fasting. A lot of the excess putrid waste matter that's left over from eating animal flesh and animal products can be very dangerous. Mixing that with, say, fruit. People, they may say, for example, a one-sided meat eater eats a lot of meat and has maybe anywhere from 10 to 40 pounds of rotting dead flesh in their guts. Well, they may fast for, 21 days, let's say, and trying to get rid of colon cancer or something like that. Well, then they go to break the fast, say, right? And they do it with fruit or with dates or with grapes, and the masses of the putrefying waste matter are still within the colon. And when that person breaks the fast with fruit or something, there can be complications, fermentation, and a major backlash. So that's why it's pretty good to go on a raw food diet for quite some time and eliminate as much of that putrefying matter as possible. That's how the guys with the big guts or the ladies with the bellies that are hanging over, those are prolapsed organs, a prolapsed and clogged up colon. So it's very imperative to eat high fiber foods and slowly but surely get onto the raw food way, and do it gently, because you have to get into this for the long haul. There's no quick fix. That is the beauty of what I'm doing here for myself personally, is a long-term plan, but wanting to bring longevity and health to the world. So getting the colon cleared out with colon herbs and raw foods and juices and colonics and massages, lymphatic massages, and herbs as well. The God's herbs are the best formulas, the bowel formulas, the endocrine formulas, and the herbal tinctures to strengthen those cells and start cleaning out the junk so that there's no major complications during the fasting process. So get smart about this and educate yourself on the water fasting. Anything by Herbert Shelton, Arnold Ehret, Paul Bragg, Stephen Herod Buhner, etc. I'll bring out all my books again and show you all many of the books that I read and reread over and over again. The one I'm reading right now is Fasting for the Renewal of Life by Herbert Shelton. And it's a really good book. Herbert was more, intellectual, which is fine. I tend to be more ethereal. I believe in the light of God, as the healing force of all things. But, the science of fasting is very important too. So my personal mission is to become illuminated by the light of consciousness itself through this fasting and raw foods process. So I'm a little bit more of an alien on planet Earth. But those are all my mentors that went straight into the heart of God's love, and that's where I'd like to go myself. But that doesn't negate the fact that people can scientifically heal their bodies with scientifically supervised fasting here with medical doctors and blood tests and urine tests, and they take the blood pressure twice a day and check your temperature, and they document all this. So there's over 8,000 cases of perfectly safe water fasting done here at True North Health. If you want to get a free consultation with Dr. Goldhammer, give him a call. He loves to talk to the people. He thinks my people on YouTube are some of the most interesting characters out there. He's had some great conversations, he said, so I want to make sure everyone knows that that's available to them to find out if you're a good candidate or not. Not everyone gets in. There's certain cases they just don't want to. It's like you got to do some prep work first, you know what I mean? So a vegetarian diet is what they promote. I promote total raw foods. I've seen it work miracles in my life. It continues to get better and better. So day 4, I came in at 155. I'm at 145 now, so I've already lost 10 pounds in 4 days. No big deal, mostly water. I'll probably go down much thinner than that. There's going to be a lot of people that are worried about that. So nobody worry about the comments and stuff. It's just other people's fears. And I am not afraid. I am Dan McDonald, and I am not afraid of water fasting. I'm not afraid of getting skinny, because I know how this works. When I did 14 days, it lifted me up to a whole nother level of health and consciousness and revelation. And I don't anticipate this one being any different, perhaps even better. And this is still preparatory work for my ultimate goal of the water fasting for 40 days in the desert by myself. So I'm just learning how to do the water fasting process. It could take me many years before I'm prepared to walk out into the desert and be prepared to leave this life behind if necessary, because some people do never come back, and it's not a bad thing, and it's not a scary thing. It's a very good thing there, where a man or woman has achieved the final goal of life. So anyways, none of that really matters for most of us on planet Earth at this time. We just want to lose some weight or heal up diabetes And you can do a great amount of work with the raw foods. Every human being should be eating raw foods if you want to have any semblance of long-term, radiant, regenerative, illumination health, high energy cells, good vision, good smell, good odors coming off your body, high quality tissue, unending energy, massive amounts of creativity, and an effulgent love always coming from the center of your chest. Raw foods is a miracle because it is the ancient way of nature. It's always been and it always will be, and something so simple. It still kind of blows me away that not as many people have caught on to the raw foods. I understand the addictions. I've gone through most of them. There's hardly any addictions left actually at this time, except maybe to getting more healthier and being more disciplined and rising above the senses, the small self, the titillations of the sensory organs, as opposed to being filled with the wholeness of the divine presence. Anyways, I talk a big game, but I'm still very mortal, you know what I mean? I like to make money, I love my kids, I have an amazing girlfriend, I have a lot of friends, people I love. I love Earth, I love life on Earth. I love, particularly more than anything else, these YouTube videos. To be able to reach out every day and just take my little narcissistic story here and reach out to people that I've learned it's like a family. Like, you're my family, and I want to just share this with you. And I know that there's always going to be people that don't dig it, and it's taken me a long time to understand that, but I wanted you to know that I appreciate your support, and that I've grown much, much stronger. And I will continue to focus on the positive and the people that this is helping. And get a good vibe from Dan the Man, because I would never really try to hurt anybody and only would try to be helpful. So I just wanted to share day number 4, documentation, water fasting for spiritual illumination and mental clarity and better physical health, which comes from clearing old obstructions. Mostly for Dan, they are perhaps mental traumas. I don't want to, cram that into my unconscious or anything, but I'm going to continue to dig deeper here. Today was the day where my energy kind of went down. It's always like that. Day 3 is at the end of day 3, you're pretty much into ketosis, where your body starts burning fat. And as your body's burning fat, it's burning off any accumulated toxins, which could be from food, from air, from chemical products, touching things, gasoline. I mean, the list goes on. And these things begin to dump out of the lymphatic system into the blood, not into the blood necessarily, but through the kidneys, and it comes into the system, and then, through the colon. It can be sort of recirculated through the system energetically, so you're always trying to keep the colon clear. And so I just did an enema this morning, and that was pretty nice. And the bile is already starting to dump from the liver, which is key. One of the biggest issues in water fasting is that the liver, just for most of us, is just slammed. I mean, we are just slammed with the way we eat, what we drink, how we live, what we breathe, and the liver never gets a break. So the water fasting is the ultimate break for the liver, so the bile starts to dump into the GI tract, and it comes out an orangish brown color, and it doesn't smell that great, I'll be honest with you, but I will tell you though that this time my tongue is much cleaner, so my GI tract is like probably 10 times better than it was when I came in the first time. My whole tongue is coated white, and this time the outside edges are already pink, because the tongue cleans from the outside in, and so there's just a small strip of white mucus, so that means my GI tract is fairly clean. I just ate a few too many avocados and a couple of those raw crackers, which I won't be doing anymore. I'll make the sandwiches for my girl, but I'm not having them myself. I ate too many olives, just too much fat, basically. But it was the clean type of fat, avocado, coconut, and the olives and stuff like that. But really, when I get out of here, I'm going clean. So maybe I have that, what they call the orthorexia, but really it's not that, because I feel like a fairly intelligent human being, and I feel like I've studied the works of all the greatest healers of all time, and it's all very consistent, and my plan is individualized in order that this is documented, and my life is made out of a show here. And most of them never did do that. They just went away and did their thing because they were sick, you know. But I'm not sick, so I don't have an emergency. But for me, it's a hobby. It's an art. It's like a very unique thing because I kind of started down this road before I got sick. And I never really did get sick, but I wasn't well either. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go to the doctor and have him say, you have cancer, you have a tumor, you have colon disease, you have hemorrhoids, you have diabetes. I didn't have to get that way before I got super stoked on health. And that's kind of one of the more unique things, which shows me that this is more of a spiritual path. And the health is a spiritual path. The regeneration of your body is a direct manifestation of the regeneration of your spirit. Thank you for your time today. I'll share more. I will try to document every day. My energy's quite a bit lower today, so which is fine. It's part of the program. It's part of the process. I love it. It's like an adventure. Fasting is a great adventure because it's always different. Every day is different. Every fast is different. You can always learn so much about yourself. Fasting is safe. They've done over 8,000 water fasts here without incident. So I encourage people for their first several fasts, like I've done here, to just come in and get the clinical walls and get the dudes coming in twice a day, checking your deal. Are you okay? How's it going? You say, I'm doing pretty good. I feel a little weak, but you know, it's nice they come in. It's kind of like one of the highlights of your day. And you just watch your face grow younger. You watch your tongue grow cleaner, and you see the peace within you grow instantaneously this time. Literally, a mechanism went off in my something, in my spirit and my unconscious mind, and it just went instantly into the healing and peace mode. And I've been there ever since. And it's just doing its work. It's an amazing thing. I want to encourage everyone to study. I've read probably over 200 books on water fasting, and many, many more on detox and juice cleansing and fasting and raw foods and everything. And you just get this picture, and it's a desire in your heart to be as beautiful and radiant as a human being as you can. And you do that for the goodness of your Creator. You do it for the goodness of yourself. You to honor yourself as a human being. Because, I mean, what do you want to be? Do you want to be fatter, sicker, more tired today? Or do you want to be fitter, stronger, and more energetic today? I mean, who's going to say the former? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the latter. You're going to want to be, you know, most people, unless you're crazy, then you're going to say, I want to be worse. I want to feel worse. I want to look worse. I want to be more broke. Who's going to say that? So, because nobody wants to go down the road to heaviness, they want to go, who doesn't want to go to the place of lightness, where it's so easy to smile, you know? And it's so easy to look outside and just go, cool, man, another day on planet Earth. Let's go have some fun out there. Subscribe to these videos and sign up for my Insiders Club over there at the website. And I'll be sending some special videos where I talk a little bit more in depth about some of the things that can go on during the water fasting process. Thanks for your time and attention. I always try to make short videos, but I just feel like, you know, if you're really here to learn, then a lot of this stuff is just really great information, because I've made my life about health, regeneration, fruits, vegetables, and love. So, peace be with you, my friend. Goodbye.